And we're back with our guest through Zoom, Jennifer, CEO of Female Fusion. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Thanks so much for having me, Hala.
Thank you so much for being with us. We'd like to talk more about Female Fusion. When did you start it and why did you start it? And tell us more about the services you guys provide.
Female Fusion originally started as a Facebook group in 2015. And in the pandemic, we realized that there was a huge need for kind of community and support. And in 2020, we went from taking that as a Facebook group to turning it into a business. And so what we did is we set up a membership to be able to support women entrepreneurs. Initially started small, we had about 100 members, and today we have well over 700 members within the membership. And we also have a community, a Facebook community, well over 22,000 businesses from within the region as well.
Can you tell us more about the community? What goes in there? What kind of conversation can people speak about in this community?
Well, the thing that's amazing is it is filled with the most interesting, nice, supportive women entrepreneurs. They're all female business owners from within the region. And basically it's anything and everything to do with running a business. You know, the thing is when you own a business, is that it can be a very lonely place. And a lot of entrepreneurs feel this, whether they are just starting out or they've had their businesses for a number of years. I've been a business owner for over 20 years, an entrepreneur, and there's been so many times when I've just felt lonely or questioned myself about if a decision I'm taking is right or not. And so we have that community where there is the support. So women are asking anything from where can I find the cheapest company for shipping to how do I deal with VAT to with the recent plastic bag charges, what do I charge for my plastic bags, how do I do that, to where I can source things. Basically anything that business owners would need to ask, we talk about it in the community.
That's awesome. Tell me more, why women? Why do you think women need a supportive group or a community, especially for them?
Look, I mean, it's with women, we're slightly different. You know, we're not anti-men and we're not saying we don't want to work with men, but oftentimes as women, we have different challenges, and sometimes it really helps to have those honest conversations with other people who are going through similar things. So it could be, you know, one conversation that happens is the pressures of motherhood and trying to raise a family and run a business and deal with all of those things. Other things that we talk about as well, and we actually actively work on, are things like women getting access to equal opportunities, because unfortunately, as you know, I am a big believer in equality for everything. Women-owned businesses do not get access to the same contracts or procurement opportunities that male-owned businesses do, and that's a fact. 1 to 2% of women-owned businesses globally get sort of access to those opportunities. So there is still a lot of work to be done.
What do you think is the gap, and how can women themselves improve that?
Well, there's a number of things, and there's still a lot of research being done on that about why there is a gap. I think one thing is that it's not, so for example, if we talk about procurement, I really believe that companies are not out there saying, oh yeah, we want to give more business to male-owned companies. I think sometimes it's a matter of how the systems are set up. So a lot of times these businesses are following the same procurement practices that they have for decades and decades, right? And not even realizing that how they source suppliers for their businesses isn't getting them a diverse pool. And it's not just women-owned businesses, it's minority-owned businesses, disability-owned businesses. You want to have suppliers, you want to work with people who look like the rest of the world around you. So we spend a lot of time talking to businesses about how they could get access to more women-owned businesses. We actually created a directory as well of women-owned businesses, and we verified people's trade licenses. But then on the other side as well is we also work with our businesses and our entrepreneurs to help them understand what systems, what processes they could maybe have in place to give them access to more of those opportunities.
What about the membership? You said there's a membership. How can anyone can join who wants to start a business?
Yes. So our membership, we have over 700 members in the membership. It's called the Fusion Circle, and it's for any woman who owns a business. It's not just for startups. We do have a lot of women who are starting out in their entrepreneurial journey, but we also have women who have had their businesses for a couple of years, all the way up to some who are massively scaling, who have had their businesses for 20 years plus, have hundreds of employees working for them. So many of the well-known women-owned businesses and brands from the UAE are part of the Fusion Circle. And our view is that we are very much stronger together. So more experienced female entrepreneurs will also give their knowledge and insights to less experienced ones. Yes. But we also have a very strong education component to that as well. So we have a lot of online masterclasses that get recorded as well. So for example, this month we've been working with our businesses on systems and operations and how they can automate their business to save time and money. Next month, we're working on finance and money because this is an area that businesses struggle with. We have a number of networking opportunities online and face-to-face, and we give them fantastic discounts as well. So one thing that a lot of businesses are struggling with at the moment is things like the cost of shipping. Yeah. And we're working very closely with Aramex, and Aramex has provided us with fantastic discounts for our members as well.
That's amazing opportunity for the members. What do you think is the biggest challenge, especially that you're dealing with women on a close basis in entrepreneurship and setting up a business?
I think it's, you know, the challenges are universal when you have a business. That in the beginning, when you start up, it is really working out how to do everything that you need to do when you own a business. So for example, that maybe previously your career was that you were a marketing director for a business. And when you were a marketing director, you had people who did your procurement, you had people who did your social media, your sales, all of these different things. And then all of a sudden you become a business owner and it's like, oof, I have to do all of this myself. And a lot of times, you know, we don't know everything, or there's even things that you might not even know as a business owner exist that could help make your lives easier. So a big thing that we work on and a big push with business owners, no matter where they are, is to be able to help them be more strategic. So to spend less time working in their business, so doing all the day-to-day things, and elevate themselves to work more on the business, because that brings more profit, that gives them more time, and that helps them really scale their business.
Exactly, and that's much needed. How was it for Female Fusion, especially during the pandemic? You said it was just a Facebook group, right? And now it became a whole like platform. It's online and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pandemic was really tough. You know, it was hard. I've been a business owner for over 20 years, and it was so tough for a number of members. And being able to have that community and support is really important, because it's really nice to hear from other people and to have them say, do you know what, it's going to be okay. Yeah. You know, have you thought about A, B, or C that you could do? Now, owning a business for over 20 years, this is probably like the fourth downturn that I've had as a business owner. And it's hard. It's scary, especially if you haven't gone through it before. And we really focused on being able to help them take the decisions in their business that would sustain their business, and then ultimately help them come out of the pandemic. And so many of our businesses have really thrived after the pandemic. I feel so proud to see that and see everything that they're achieving.
That's amazing. Where do you see female fusion in the future? What big dreams do you have for it?
Oh, well, you know, that's the thing about entrepreneurs is we're dreamers, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We've always got lots of ideas. And so actually we have some really great things coming up. So we are going to be taking our membership global. And the reason why we're doing that is that more and more of what our businesses are doing is global. And the next step for them is that they want to look to other markets. And so perhaps probably the biggest thing, and we're actually moving quite fast, we'll be doing that in the autumn, that international female business owners will be able to join Female Fusion, because that means increased opportunities for businesses from the UAE, but also as well looking at probably people who were maybe interested in this region and coming and setting up businesses here as well. So we see that there's a lot of benefits for both sides, but definitely going global is where we are next.
That's amazing. Best of luck, and thank you so much for being with us, Jennifer.
Thanks, Hala. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much. شكرا لكل الناس اللي تابعتنا. كانت معنا جينيفر، رئيسة التنفيذي لشركة فيميل فيوجن، كانت عم تحكي عن أكبر التحديات اللي بتواجه النساء في منطقتنا العربية، وتحديدا في موضوع إدارة الأعمال وإنشاء مشروعكم الخاص. شكرا لكل الناس اللي تابعتنا. أنا بشوفكم بكرة بنفس الموعد. نهاركم سعيد جميعا.